Girl, Queen Dee Dee, yep, what Dee Dee said it. I came to bring to you this story. I had to come and bring it to you. It's pretty sad, but viewer discretion is advised. 5 people was arrested in the starvation death of a 7-year-old. And I'm not sure when this was dated back, but it said on Christmas. This story just aired, so this must have been an ongoing investigation. This is from WPLG Local 10, right there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Right here where I'm at, as a matter of fact. Let's just get into the story. I don't care about the statistics on this one.
Off about the 5 o'clock horror at home. Police say this 7-year-old boy was starved to death, and now 5 people have been arrested.
And we've learned that little boy, who required in-home medical services, was allegedly killed by the people who were supposed to care for him. Local 10's Christina Vasquez joining us live now from Fort Lauderdale with the details and this heartbreaking story. Christina.
And now, new at this hour, we have new gut-wrenching details. Sealed indictment. Prosecutors telling a judge that this is a case of a 7-year-old child who was starved to death by family members and home health providers during an attempt to defraud Medicaid. Before police armed with long guns would descend on this Fort Lauderdale duplex Tuesday, before Fort Lauderdale police would outline the horrifying condition of 7-year-old Deontay Atwell, weighing less than some newborns.
Weighing only 7 pounds on Christmas Day of last year at the time of his death.
And the ER doctor determined that the child had been dead for quite some time.
His mother, Michelle Doe, organized an online funeral cost fundraiser for her baby boy. Investigators say she starved to death. She's now facing several charges, to include first-degree murder.
This victim was so poorly malnourished and neglected, the femoral heads of his bones were protruding out of his lower back.
Had suffered all the way through his death by the people that were supposed to be caring for him the most.
Described as a medically complex child.
He had spinal bifida, hydrocephalus.
He needed a breathing and feeding tube, around-the-clock skilled nursing care.
The defendant, as well as one of the other co-defendants here, engaged in a scheme to defraud Medicaid.
At his home, investigators found 264 unopened bottles of Deontay's feeding formula and evidence of Medicaid fraud. 5 in total arrested: Deontay's mother, brother, and grandfather, the registered nurse who was supposed to be providing in-home health care, and the owner of Samaritan Home Care Provider, Inc., an enrolled Medicaid provider.
They, in fact, billed and received payment from Medicaid for services not rendered to this child. Had the child received those services, he would not be dead or weighing 7 pounds at the time of his death.
And that is something we heard echoed from the homicide detective earlier today when she said, based on their investigation, it was heart-wrenching that he died in this manner because he did have access to the medical necessities, but that they weren't provided. I can tell you that all 5 face a variety of related charges. The victim's mother and brother also facing additional charges pertaining to neglect of other children in the home, 2 males ages 9 and 16. Meantime, the victim in this case, his mother, makes her first court appearance tomorrow morning. Reporting live for you tonight in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.
Starts right now.
Also about the 5 o'clock horror at home. Police.
That is so pathetic. This is just outright. This is outright pathetic.
This 7-year-old boy.
This is so pathetic on so many different levels until it's actually so hurtful that you can't do anything about it. I mean, you have 5 people living in a home, and not one of them had the heart to take care of this kid. Now, out of 5 people, and then you got a nurse. How did they think that they were going to cover this up? I mean, at what point did they start getting worried that, uh-oh, we need to do something because he malnourished? Or, uh-oh, we have to take him to the hospital now because he's too far gone. At what point did you look at this kid, 7 years old, and did not see he only wore 7 pounds. That's more than 7 pounds right there. So imagine how he looked. This is a time where, look at this. Look at this mom. This is your baby. And then to even hear that there were 2 more kids in the home, even a 16-year-old. So imagine the secrets that 16-year-old had to take going to school. If you see a kid out there and you even feel like that kid is in distress, the right person will see a kid and know when those kids are suffering. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, mind your business. What if one person just minded this kid's business? Or that 16-year-old that's going to school every day. I wonder how he's looking when he go to school. Did he go to school with the variation on him like, man, I really don't want to go home? Or he's one of them same kids, you probably see him eating too much in the lunchroom, not knowing that he don't even have anything to eat when he get home. Whatever happens when you see kids like that, man, whether you think you're being nosy or not, I mean, it's obvious when something is truly going on versus you got those certain people that's just being annoying and nagging and calling the police just because they do own some other stuff. But I'm not being funny. If you see a kid and they look like they're in distress, like reach out, try, do anything. Sometimes it may rattle some tail fannies, but in the same breath, it'll get you to do what you're supposed to do as a parent. You know? I just really feel bad for this kid. I don't have anything else to say. I just wanted to kind of report this story to you. Again, this kid, he was 7 years old. 5 people in the house was arrested, including the mom, the uncle, the nurse, the owner of the health aide that was supposed to be coming there. It's just so much to this story. So this is your girl Queen Dee Dee with Dee Dee Said It. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do anything. Just get to know me. See you next time.